My favorite Batman story is about to be told on the Super Review Show.
Ooh, which one is that?
The Dark Knight Returns.
The Dark Knight Returns.
So this is what Batman and versus Superman was heavily based on. Unfortunately, the
Oh.
execution of the movie was not as what we all hoped it was going
I
to
mean, the
be.
execution sucks for that movie.
Yeah, it was rough. They added a lot of stuff that shouldn't have not have been in there. It should have been strictly a Batman versus Superman movie. Just the two of them. No Doomsday. No, it should have been that. I still like the extended cut, like the 3.5 hour cut. That I like that version a lot, truthfully. But this is the storyline that it was based on.
Cool.
I have this in graphic novel form somewhere lying around my house. Everyone should. Everyone should have. If you're a comic book fan, this is the Batman story to read. Batman is retired. He's 40 or 45 years old at this point. Bruce Wayne is 40 or 45 years old. For those of you who don't know. Batman comes out of retirement and with a new Robin called Carrie Kelly. Carrie Kelly comes out of nowhere. And she
Carrie's a girl, guy, or
girl. It's a girl Robin.
Ooh, girl.
And
See,
Batman,
that's what they need in the DCEU. If they bring Robin.
I agree. I think they're working on it. I'm not sure though. But yeah, basically, this is Batman comes out of retirement. He's still a physical beast because crime in Gotham has gone up so much since he's been gone. And Batman's like, I need to get out of retirement. I need to change my ways. I need to kick ass again. So he does. And then Superman, of all people, is sent to stop this vigilante known as Batman. And Batman and Superman enter the best fight that has ever been in comic book history.
Wow.
You know what? And I'm going to quote this. I'm going to quote the pages right here where it's like, this is now, mind you, Batman beats Superman. This is what it was based on. Batman beats Superman in this fight. Okay, I know that because everyone comes in, oh, Superman's a god. Yeah, but Batman finds a way no matter what. Batman will always find a way to beat the thing.
Wait a minute. So remind me in the movie, Batman does beat Superman too in that, correct?
He defeats Superman in there because in the movie version, they did a Kryptonian armor that was left over that Batman kind of found and then just like find a way to get kryptonite. And that's how he defeated Superman in the movie. The graphic novel is very similar. But this when they announced this movie too, you know, it's funny. They actually announced Batman vs Superman, and they quoted the graphic. They read right from the pages of this book. And the quote goes like this. Just bear with me, everyone. I've always wanted to read this on air. I want you to remember, Clark, in all the years to come. I want you to remember in your most private moments. I want you to remember the one man who beat you.
Wow.
Chills, right? I got chills to myself because Batman and Superman became the biggest, the two best characters of all time are Batman and Superman. And the fact that this story came out and a classic graphic novel, classic story, 100%. But Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns, if you have never read it, it is probably the best version of Batman you're ever going to read as a comic book fan, as a graphic novel fan. A lot, and it's funny. When they first announced the Batman vs Superman movie, not a lot of people recognized it. But the people who did were like, "Oh my god!" They were like started to gasp and whatnot. But this is a great, probably one of the best stories that Batman has ever been involved in. The Dark Knight Returns, and it's not The Dark Knight Rises. That's Christopher Nolan's third film. This is the original, like the OG version of that. The Dark Knight Returns. It is a great story about how Batman shows that he is the best. Maybe not the best, but definitely like, hey, you know, I could still kick Superman's ass no matter what. After being 45 years old, too, almost 50. That's nuts. So yeah, definitely a great story. I wish Justin was not eating dinner and he was actually live with us right now, so you could sit here and share more stories.
We're gonna watch and comment while we're doing this.
He probably will.
Commenting.
Frank Miller, though, if you're not familiar with Frank Miller, get on him. He's a Sin City. The guy's done a lot of great stuff. Frank Miller's a great comic book writer.
All right.
And they literally ripped right out of it too. Like if for those of you who haven't Googled the Dark Knight Returns comic, the actual costume that Ben Affleck wore in Batman vs Superman is identical to one of the book. It's very, very, very similar to like the big bulkiness, the shorter ears. It's very much that It's very much is that like that the Dark Knight Returns outfit we got in Batman vs Superman. That's as close as you're going to get to seeing that form of Batman on screen. Whether you like the movie or not, that's one thing. But at least to see that version of Batman, that's what you get. I think that's pretty cool. But the Dark Knight Returns, best version of Batman ever, in my opinion. Best story we've ever gotten of him, in my opinion. That's just me.